much. We are the Improbable Beasts bass clarinet ensemble. We are one of the, generally considered one of the top 10 bass clarinet ensembles in Medford. So we're very fortunate tonight. And we're really excited to do our first ever holiday concert. One of the things I find really fascinating about holiday music is that it's done in so many different ways, right? You literally can find a heavy metal holiday music album. I know because I looked. And so it's very exciting for us to kind of do our bass clarinet ensemble version of this very familiar repertoire. And so what does that mean? It means we sort of bring everything that bass clarinet ensembles can bring. So sometimes it's these deep, rich, resonant chords. Sometimes it's these kind of driving grooves. Sometimes it's these wailing high notes. So what we've tried to do in these arrangements is kind of explore the different kinds of things bass clarinets can do, and also try to sort of see some of these carols in new and different ways. So the next one we're going to play is I Wonder as I Wander, which, how many of you are familiar with this carol? Okay, good. It's interesting. The composer is listed as John Jacob Niles, who's an American composer, but it's based on songs he heard a folk singer singing in Appalachia. And so with this arrangement, I was trying to evoke the sense of kind of wonder and mystery of this singer who's wandering out into the night and thinking about deep things. One thing I forgot to say before was hello to those people watching on the live stream. Thank you for joining us, and we're very happy you're able to join that way. Hello to all of you as well. The next one we're going to play is a Hannukah song. It's called Ocho Kandelikas, and it's composed by a woman named Flori Jagoda, who grew up in Bosnia, and it's based on her memories of hearing this song at Hanukkah festivals when she was a child. And the language it's sung in is called Ladino, which was the language of Sephardic Jews. So it's the language of the Jews who lived in Spain, and it's almost like a dialect of Spanish. But when the Jews were expelled from Spain in 1492, many of them moved to the Middle East and the Balkans, and they continued to speak this language. So this is actually, in fact, this specific text is a Bosnian dialect of Ladino. But we're bass clarinetists, so none of that really matters for tonight. But you'll hear it definitely has a kind of Spanish influence to it. I also hear some kind of Balkan kind of flavors in it as well. It's a really fun song, so I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. We're gonna tone things down a little bit now. This is a little medley of Lo How a Rose Ere Blooming and In the Bleak Midwinter. And I did these as a medley because I always mix these two up. They're very similar. So this way I don't have to remember which is which. They're just all both gonna happen and we'll be good. Thank you so much. We're going to play one more, and then we'll take a short intermission. This is a pretty short concert, but we thought a little break would be nice, maybe for us more than for you. It's very tiring. So we're going to close this half with the Waltz of the Flowers from the Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky, which is, of course, a holiday favorite. Now, when Tchaikovsky was going to orchestrate this ballet he was writing, unfortunately, there was only one bass clarinet on hand at the time, so he had to settle for a full symphony orchestra. So we are very pleased to finally be able to present this piece as I'm certain Tchaikovsky envisioned it, for 10 bass clarinets. Thank you. Thank you. We will take a little break. One thing I forgot to mention is we do have T-shirts for sale. Do we have any T-shirt models in the audience? No, that's okay. You can see them out there. T-shirts for sale. You can sign up on our mailing list if you want to find out about more concerts. You can donate more money if you feel like you didn't donate enough. All of that can happen during this break. Thank you.
Impress your friends. Good, a shirt.
Yeah. Bravo, everybody. Thank you. That one was an arrangement of a choral composition. The title translates as Light and Gold, and the text is light, warm, and heavy, pure like gold, they sing to the newborn babe. So it's often performed by choirs all times of year, but the text is a Christmas text. And we find that choral music often translates very well to bass clarinet choir, because our range is actually about the same as the human voice. We can't quite hit like Queen of the Night aria soprano notes, but we can hit choral soprano notes pretty well. And it's, the human voice and the bass clarinet sound, there's something somewhat similar there, so it works really well. Next, we're going to do the next two tunes as a sort of medley. We're going to do the Coventry Carol straight into Hannukah, Oh Hannukah. And I was trying to find like a good subject matter reason to do that, but I just like it. I like the way they connect, so that's why we're doing it that way. But if you can come up with some way I can justify it for next year, let me know, so I can have a better talk right now. Thank you. The next one we're going to play was kind of necessitated by our marketing campaign. We titled this How the Beast Stole Christmas. So we don't really have a choice but to play You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Also, if you hear it sung, how can you not want to hear that melody on bass clarinets, right? So, here it is. Gonna slow things down. We're gonna slow things down a little bit now with Silent Night, and I've always really loved this carol, and there's it basically has a lullaby quality to it to me, and so I wanted to reflect that there's something about it. It's this very intimate moment between a mother and her child, right? At its simplest level, that's all it is. It's a mother singing to her child. So it starts off with a solo bass clarinet, then we have a duo, then we have a quartet, and then we have the whole group in these very sort of rich, luscious harmonies. And so I kind of think of it as, starting in just that mother and child, and then we kind of zoom out, and we see, we see the shepherds and the townspeople and the wise men coming, and then certainly if you're a Christian, then you believe that ultimately this baby is kind of the salvation of the entire world. So that's what I was sort of trying to capture by this moving out from a solo to the whole group. Thank you so much. I know the program makes it look like we have 3 more tunes. But we actually only have 1. Because we're doing the 3 of them as a sort of medley.
3 for the price of 1.
3 for the, or 1 for the price of 3. Yeah, well. So just before we dive into our last number, I just want to thank you all so much for coming. I want to thank First Baptist Church and Reverend Matt for having us. It's a wonderful place to play. They've been very generous to let us use this space here. And I want to thank Steve doing the live stream for enabling us to reach lots more people. I'll remind you again that there are still t-shirts for sale after the concert if you want. Also, if you want to become an official donor and not just a concert ticket buyer, you can go to our website, improbablebeasts.com, and go to donate, and you can donate however much you like. There's various perks and stuff involved. We have a lot of expenses. We have, stylists.
This doesn't just happen by itself.
No, this is exactly. We have influencers on social media we have to pay. CGI bills are. There's actually only 3 bass clarinets here. The rest is all.
I know, it looks amazing. It looks real.
Yeah. No, but seriously, we can't do this without support, and we really love doing this, and we want to do lots more. You can also sign up on our email list to find out about future concerts. Our next show is actually coming up pretty soon on January 6th. We'll be doing a very, very different program. We're playing a 20-minute piece for 14 bass clarinets I wrote called A Requiem for 2020, which is basically a reflection on the turmoil of that year, everything from the COVID pandemic to the Black Lives Matter protests to the contested election, and of course culminating in the Capitol insurrection on January 6th. It's not a coincidence that's the date of our concert. So that'll be a very different side of the Beasts, and there'll be some other of my own compositions for other instruments on that concert. So I encourage you to come to that and to our other shows. We have some more coming up in the spring as well. So for this medley, it's a little town of Bethlehem, Good King Wenceslas, and God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. All 3 of these tunes are very kind of staid and square. Da 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 da, right? And da 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 da, and da 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 da. They're all 4, very sort of stolid, very square. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's also nothing wrong with changing that. So we're doing all of these in sort of various odd metrical combinations. So Little Town of Bethlehem, we're doing it in 7. So it's kind of a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, da 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 da. Well, you'll hear it. I don't want to give it away too much. Good King Wenceslas is sort of in 13. See if you can figure that out. And then God Rest You Merry Gentlemen is kind of in everything else. It's shifting a lot. And at the very end, actually, I'm not going to tell you. So thank you so much. This is our last set of numbers, and you've been a great audience. Thank you again.
Check out that look. It's the look of 2024 right there. That's nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays, everybody. Yes.